The making of a movie is a very complex project that requires the coordination of thousands of tasks, resources, facilities, and the allocation of a multi-million budget. So it's no surprise that the whole movie is developed under the supervision of a project manager, a PM, who in the film industry is called production manager. Like in every other kind of project, the PM plays a key role for the success of a film. But while there are Academy Awards for Best Director, Actors, Screenplay, and so, there is no Oscar for Project Manager. Unfortunately, this is a typical behavior. No matter the industry, if the project is considered a success, the praise goes to the sponsor, the one that promoted and funded the idea. The sponsor is the rock star playing on the stage, while the project manager sits in the backstage, making sure everything flows smoothly. So here is the first reason to stay away from a project manager career. If you are an extroverted person who loves public recognition, you will be very disappointed. In fact, in my experience, most project managers are introverted people who feel comfortable not being in the spotlight. A different story is told when the project fails, which by the way is the most likely outcome. Consider that 3 projects in 4 are a failure. In this event, the project manager is the one to be blamed and often fired. And this is the second reason to avoid a project manager job. If you can't stand the frustration of not having met the sponsor's expectations, you would be better choose another career. Usually, top management has a clear picture of your role, but this is often not the case for team members, who can see you as an unnecessary management layer. Reality is that, very often, team members find themselves in the unpleasant situation of having to choose between your request and those coming from their line managers. Unfortunately, in everyday working life, lack of alignment between project and line functions is far more common than what is written in the official policies of project-oriented organizations. And eventually the day came when my wife lost her temper. Why is this lady calling you while we are having breakfast? It's not enough that she called yesterday just before midnight. Ironically, the lady was the customer project manager, just married and even more worried than me about our project's troubles. Private life is a challenge because the problems of the project affect the lives of many people and you are the only one in charge of alleviating their worries. But let's say that you are a great project manager who only manages successful projects, a charismatic leader who everybody is eager to follow, great at balancing private and working life. Yet, there is another aspect of the job that you should be aware of. Imagine that you managed for years the project of a magnificent palace. You invested a huge amount of time and energy on this endeavor, and now this fantastic building is finally ready to be opened and populated by the people who will live there. Well, you won't be between these lucky people. In fact, you will move to another project the day after the opening. So, if you like enjoying the products you deliver, project management is not for you. But this is probably the only reason that should motivate you to reconsider your decision and accept a project manager job. The truth is that the project manager is a builder, a developer, a wanderer. In my personal view, a project manager is somebody that grasped the real meaning of life. It's not the destination, it's the journey.